A lot of people ask, how does an artifact tutor work? It's like this. Give me that artifact! Okay, maybe that's not. Also, this is slime. Not really an artifact. It's my son's flower slime, I guess. But anyway, hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We're going to look at the top 10 budget artifact tutors that you maybe some of them you saw before, but I bet you haven't seen all of them before. Okay, we are looking at our budget MTG upgrades, this time Artifact Tutors. So these are some useful ones. The go-to would probably be this card right here, Tinker, for only 182. You might think, hey, that sounds pretty good. And it is 2 and a blue. At the time you play Tinker, sacrifice an artifact, search your library for an artifact card, put that card into play, shuffle your library. So it goes directly into play. You can sacrifice like a clue token and put any artifact you want from your deck directly into play. Sounds really ridiculously good, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. Banned. Yeah, that's why we can't use that one, because it's banned in most formats. I think it wasn't banned in everything. I know it's banned in Commander, which is pretty bad. If it's banned in Commander, you know it's kind of not really well balanced. Number 10. Okay, we got Sphinx Summoner for 3 and blue black. So Demir, this is an artifact creature, 3/3 flyer. Not bad. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for any artifact creature, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. It only gets it to hand. It doesn't like cheat out to the battlefield, but still not too bad. 5 for a 3/3 is not good, but it's a flyer, and yeah, it's going to doing the tutor as well. So even if you're paying the 5, if you think of it like 3 for a 3/3 flyer and then 2 for the tutor, it's really pretty reasonable. Also, you're going to use this in decks that have a lot of artifact creatures. They're going to have artifact cost reduction and all kinds of like anthem effects. So this is going to be a 3/3. This is probably going to be bigger, hopefully much bigger and cheaper. And that's where it starts to really get crazy. If you can knock this down, even like a couple in casting costs, if you're paying 3 for this 3/3 flyer that goes and tutors something for you, that's when you're like, oh wow, this becomes actually pretty amazing. Anyway, 16 cents. Number 9, Hoarding Dragon. So 3 red. This is a dragon, surprise, surprise. Another flyer, a 4/4 flyer this time. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card, exile it, then shuffle. Okay, so this is not getting it straight to hand, this is going to exile, right? And when Hoarding Dragon dies, you may put exiled card into its owner's hand. So that probably already lets you know what the problem is there, right? You're exiling it, and then, first of all, that means everyone can see it in exile. Secondly, yeah, it's going back to your hand once you sack it, or once it dies. Ideally, you sack it. This is ideal in a deck where, yeah, you have recursion, very easy recursion, and yeah, you can just keep sacking it. You want to make sure you can kill it when you want to. So yeah, you're going to send it to the graveyard, hopefully pull it back out, send it to the graveyard, and just keep throwing cards into your hand over and over and over. And if you can do that effectively, that's probably your win con right there. Anyway, this has a lot of potential. It's just very finicky. Anyway, 2 cents only. Whew. Number 8. Okay, Skyship Weatherlight. Almost the same problem as the last one, but we're going to get there. For 4, this is only an artifact. This is not a vehicle. You might expect it to be a vehicle. It ain't. It predates vehicles. So when it enters the battlefield, search the library for any number of artifact and or creature cards, remove them from the game, and shuffle your library. Basically exile them is what that means. This is an old card. Pay 4 and tap it. Choose a card at random from those removed from the game with Skyship Weatherlight. Put that into your hand. Okay, once again, it doesn't go to the directly to the battlefield, so there's one downside. Also, you can exile a whole bunch of things, but if someone blows up Skyship Weatherlight, you lose access to it. Even if they send it to your graveyard and you recast it, that's another instance of Skyship Weatherlight. That's not giving you access to those cards. They just stay in exile. So yeah, very risky little thing there. If you're going to use this, definitely have some way to like flicker artifacts or something. So if someone goes to use removal on it, you're just going to move it out of the way and put it back down. Yeah. Anyway, 171. Number 7. Okay, reckless handling art, background art for 1 red. Casting cost win already. Huge win on the casting cost. I think this is way underrated. This is crazy. Search the library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Shuffle, then discard at random. There's that downside, and it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Sure, why not? But yeah, you're going to discard a card at random, so you might discard the thing that you just went and got. But if you're able to pull things out of your graveyard easily, or even if you have like Delirium or something, where you don't mind having extra things in your graveyard, then hey, this can be a major upside. Even with a lot of madness, being like, okay, I have to discard something, even at random, you might get that madness card, and hey, Bob's your uncle. Especially with the casting cost of 2, you can easily do a madness cost after that, right? So yeah. Can definitely be a winner for only 8 cents. That's crazy. This should not be that cheap. I gotta pick up a few of these. Number 6. Okay, Loyal Inventor for 2 and a blue, 2/3 with vigilance. Sure, not terrible. So when it enters the battlefield, search the library for an artifact card, reveal it, then shuffle. Put that card into your hand if you control an assassin, otherwise it goes on top of your deck. So there's the downside on this one is that unless you have an assassin or an assassin deck, you're not putting this directly into your hand. If you have a lot of card draw, like because you're blue, maybe it doesn't really matter though. That's my counterpoint to that. So this can be quite good, I think. 17 cents. Really not bad. Also, another creature, right? So it means you can flicker it, you can recur it easily, there's lots of tricks you can do to like make this pay off for you multiple times. Number 5. Sahili Rai. Rai? I feel like this is the first time I said this out loud. Is it like rye bread, or Ray? Anyway, okay. 1 blue red? Maybe someone can tell me, because I'm actually wanting to know. I have a Sahili deck, I should know how to say her name. So this is a Planeswalker, starting 3 loyalty, and for +1, scry 1, she deals 1 damage to each opponent. Not great, not bad. Scry is always nice. Or for -2, create a token that's a top copy of target artifact or creature, and then you destroy that thing at the end of that turn. It gains haste, of course. -7 is the thing we really care about. Search the library for up to 3 artifact cards with different names. So in Commander, different names, everything, right? Put them into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. For 7, you're just throwing 3 artifacts, any 3 artifacts, directly into play. The big downside here is that she's a kill on sight card. As soon as they realize her -7 does that, they're going to be like, let's destroy this. So you got to have like set up for that kind of like huge proliferate or something like that. Maybe what's it called? I can't remember the name of anything when I'm trying to. I had it for a split second. It's like a manta ray, and when it comes in, you can double the amount of counters on anything. So she would be able to like still not be at 7, she'd be at 6 if you did that. But yeah, hopefully you play her, proliferate, do that, and then yeah, I keep almost remembering, but yeah, hugely undervalued card. I'm gonna have to add it after. Anyway, 151. Number 4, Guidelight Pathmaker. 4 white-blue Azorius for the 6/5 with Vigilance. It is a 6/5 with Vigilance, not bad. Crew 2, this vehicle. So again, there's bird wipes and things like that. A lot of them are sorcery speed. The vehicles usually will just dodge them by not being creatures, right? They're not creatures when it's not your turn. So hey, no worries. When this vehicle enters, you may search your library for an artifact card, reveal it. Put it onto the battlefield as mana value is 2 or less, otherwise into your hand. So again, you can go get something 2 or less, put it straight into the battlefield. 2 or less, you might think, hey, that doesn't sound so good. Major point I would make is equipment. So many equipment are like 2 or less, and because they balance it out with the equip cost. cost, right? So if you've got a way to avoid a quick cost and then, yeah, you throw this into a deck, you're kind of getting anything you want. Colossus Hammer. Okay, straight into the battlefield, and yeah, just use whatever the quick trick you've got, and yeah. If you're playing Commander, that's probably your win con right there. You're just doing Commander damage and game over, right? Anyway, 6 whole cents. Number 3, Trophy Mage. This one's confusing because I'm not actually recommending Trophy Mage in particular. She's part of like a TR Mage cycle that they all cost 2 and a blue. I didn't realize this was a cycle before. I noticed it before and thought it was just a quirk. Actually, oh yeah, very good. I saw it on another channel. I wish I could remember which channel it was, but anyway. So when she enters the battlefield, search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost 3, reveal it from your hand and shuffle. They also have this for 1, 2, I believe it's Trinket Mage for 2? No, for 1 is Trinket Mage. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to try to remember, because I know above 5 is Treasure Mage, and yeah, we have a different mage. Anyway, there's different ones for different mana costs. So they've got a 1, a 2, a 3, I think 4 and 5, and then Treasure Mage is 6 and up, I think. Yeah. I think that's it. So you can find the right one for your deck very easily. I went with Trophy Mage here because a lot of those mana rocks are going to be 3 CMC. People tend not to like the 3 CMC mana rocks, but you know what? A lot of times they are just better. Anyway, 49 cents only. Number 2, Transmutation Font. This is actually number 1 on another list, so it's weird it's number 2 here, but for 5, this is an artifact. Create your choice of blood, clue, or food token. Just by tapping, it'll make a token, so you can get your life back, get card draw / put things in your graveyard very easily. Super useful there. And pay 3, tap it, sacrifice 3 tokens with different names. Sorry, artifact tokens with different names. That does include artifact creatures, right? So yeah, you've got mirror, you've got all kinds of like things that you can like just create very easily and sacrifice them and go get. Let's see, search a library for an artifact card, put into the battlefield, then shuffle. So this is straight to the battlefield. Making 3 tokens. Artifact tokens maybe can be a bit of a pain, but you're getting any artifact you want straight into the battlefield. Like, whoa, that's crazy. I cannot believe this is still only $1. This actually dropped in value, I think. It's 101 right now. Number 1! I think some people might recognize this one. Megda, Brazen Outlaw. So for 1 in red, legendary creature, Dwarf Berserker. She's a 2/1. Other dwarves you control get +1. +1 power, not bad. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. So she just keeps creating treasure tokens for just having dwarves. Especially, I love this in like a vehicle deck is what I think of. Because, yeah, she can, well, let's finish reading the card. Sacrifice 5 treasures, search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So you just go get any artifact or dragon. So you can get those huge dragons, and you kind of don't have to care about the casting cost, because she's just going to like sacrifice treasures she makes by like having dwarves kicking around. Especially in vehicles. Remember, vehicles let you just tap, and then yeah, you can tap them and not risk them in combat, so they can keep reliably tapping, and then you're going to keep making treasure and just keep going and getting whatever you want. If you can't find a win con with that, I don't know what to tell you. Make different choices. Anyway, 43 cents. The list. Okay, Sphinx Summoner, 16 cents. Reckless Handling, 8 whole cents. Hoarding Dragon, 2 cents. Skyship Weatherlight, 171. Surprised it cost that much. Loyal Inventor, 17 cents. Sahili Ray, 151. Guidelight Pathmaker, only 6 cents. Undervalued again. Trophy Mage, 49 cents. Remember, I'm actually recommending the cycle, and most of the cycle is under $2. I think there's one that went over $2. I think it's the 2 mana one that went over $2. Transmutation Font, 101. And Megda, Brazen Outlaw. A whole 69 cents. All right, take it easy.